What's going on, everyone? I'm Cheddar Chislo, and welcome back to the channel. And today we got some more SB19. Now, this is super highly requested by everyone. I get messages about this every single day. So we're going to get into Casual Chuck's documentary series. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to do 3 videos. We're going to do a 2-part series, 3 videos this time, and 3 videos on the next round. So super excited to get into this. While we're here, I do want to shout out a couple of comments, some ones that stood out from the last video. I want to shout out Grace here. She says, "Thank you for the reaction video. I really love you. I really love you sharing your experiences and thoughts on how the lyrics of the songs touch your heart, which is why it hits you every time." And you were able to relate to the songs. Your reactions are quite unique, and so thank you for this message. And yeah, so when I'm listening, I know some of the songs are written for a purpose, but the lyrics they translate to me and my own experiences, and I'm really appreciative that you noticed that. I That's one of the reasons why I love music and doing this with y'all so much is it really relates to our own lives, right? So thank you. And then I want to shout out, it looks like Ketnips. Definitely I have those same feelings for a person that I used to love. I still love him, in fact, but he is with someone else now. I am still happy for him, though, even though I am no longer in his life. And that's just it. It's all part of life, must move forward. So this is great, right? She's recognizing that things are different, things changed, but he's still happy for him, or she's still happy for him because uh, that's the best way to be about it. Is just living a positive life, and move forward with what you have, right? Um, so shout out to you guys, and then I want to shout out. I actually just got this message today, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Sikion Sikion. I realized how in tune I am with you. Every goosebumps you feel, I feel it too. The speechlessness, man, you are my favorite reactor so far, and thanks for noticing Ken, because he is the reason I'm in 18, and for the fact that in the beginning he was very insecure about his deep voice. Look at how he makes us feel. This group is golden. So that's awesome that you're feeling it when I'm feeling it. It's super cool that we have that connection. And one thing that stood out to me about this is you were saying that Ken in the beginning was very insecure about his deep voice. I didn't know that. So maybe we'll get some of that going through this documentary series. We're trying to get to know these fellas a little better. So thank you guys for the comments. But without further ado, let's get into this documentary series, shall we? Let's drop a like on it. So 2016, okay. Is this them?
This is called Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Okay. Sound break. Did Chuck do the editing on this? Because that was pretty slick right here. How he has the sound break and the SB19
entire course of
and how it fades and moves. Yeah, that's pretty slick.
Do you remember this song?
No.
It all started with this man, Jong Song Han. When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Songhan's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment. Yep, I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers.
So he was trying to fuse
that will be part of the package of their service as an event organizer.
And the music.
We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied. 30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines. They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road. After numerous events, Tatang Robin
Wait. Is that Pablo right there? Is that him right here? Right next to the girl?
Something special when it comes to Filipino.
Wait, is that Josh too?
Talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers.
There's Stell? Okay.
So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it.
Pablo.
Gian Paulo Nace. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to provide for his family. He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members. Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more.
Stell. Yeah.
Stelvester Ajero.
Stell's he's got that face. Like I swear, like he could be an actor or something. Like he's got something about him.
When he started competing as a dancer while studying. He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group, Saeon. He is also a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing.
Oh, that's amazing.
There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled choreographer. In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just out of this world. He debuted as Stell, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group. Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16, and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant.
So that was his sister he's talking about? Hold up.
At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeated.
So is he a big brother or a little brother? Um, Now I can relate to this directly because growing up, it was just me and my sister, and I'm the oldest, and I always felt like I had to protect her, and I had, I was always right there in the thick of things. If I don't know, it's comes natural,
Peters.
protectors.
Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh
Yeah.
had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant.
Okay.
Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree. He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stell and
Stell.
Seon. They
Yeah.
became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over
Okay.
Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. In a way, Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group.
I can see that. His rapping is incredible. I love hearing Josh rap. Um,
Justin DeJoss didn't
you can
have to
feel
audition.
the raw.
Apparently, he was a very good looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee to improve his singing and dancing skills. He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world. Let's do this.
Okay, there he is.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Okay.
Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking. He then got selected to debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group.
Okay.
He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What, and more. But that's a story for
Okay.
another video. At this point, Show BT seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists. This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy.
And
Philip John
so
Susong
he
is
was
such
the
a
last
specimen.
one. Okay.
He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him.
Ooh.
He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist.
Cartoonist. Okay.
Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music,
So, and this I can relate to this. So, and I've been asked this in the comments before, like, were you trained musically? Do you have a background? I do. Like when I was in school, um, I ended up, hanging out with a group of people that were making music. That were playing instruments and people were writing songs, and I took an interest in it, and I bought some equipment. I started making beats. I had a drum machine, started producing other people's songs, and yeah, I just taught myself. Like, I can relate to this. It's when you become obsessed with something, so into something, you're willing to dive in and learn it on your own, and it's almost better that way. It's good to take lessons and training and stuff, but I can relate to this.
He ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get
Yo,
good grades.
yo, look at Ken in the back, yo. Hold up.
Fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school interims. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his
That was
raw
Ken?
talent, he ended up teaching dance to
Dang.
the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7.
He formed his own
Apparently,
group.
His group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with
So Josh was like, "This is the guy. I'm investing everything into you. If you're willing to drop what you're doing, fly out here, I got you covered."
the boys and officially
Josh,
debuted with
let's
them
go, boy.
as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere.
And that's just the way it works, right? Is you never know what is going to happen. Like, you could say, you know what, I want to be a doctor and I'm going to go through all this training, right? But you never know what's going to happen. Um, Life has a way of just throwing curveballs at you, and sometimes it's best to just go with it, because your failure, if like they said with Justin, he didn't make the he didn't make the cut initially, but that if he would have made the cut, that would have taken him on a different course. He didn't make the cuts, and look where he is now. So, man, mistakes and failures, that's the way you go up. Let's keep going.
Tang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63.
Okay.
So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19.
Okay.
SB doesn't only mean show BT. It is all about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase. Soundbreak.
Okay. Okay, good. That was a really good intro into where the story is going. Let's keep it going. That was good. All right. So we're into episode 2. Hold on one second. I'll be right back. It's really cold in here. I need to turn this AC off. It's like 90 something degrees out right now. Okay. All right, let's get back into it, shall we? Let's drop a like on this.
says, but I so Justin. So enjoy. Just a quick correction to episode 1. Josh didn't only recruit Ken, but also Justin. Josh told Justin about the workshop, which gave him the opportunity to become a Show BT trainee.
So this is an important part of the story here. So I love where sorry about this whole eye thing. I have really long eyelashes, so they really bother me, but this is a really important thing right here. So Josh in this was said to have the roughest childhood growing up, and from the sounds of it, he really did. And what it did is it forced him to make these moves on his own, where he had to become the breadwinner for him and his sister, and right. So he was already making moves early on. So with this SB19 being created, he's already brewing. He's already thinking about what he can do because he's already in that mindset. He's been through so much already, and now he's ready to make these moves. I really like this so
Now that we
far.
got that out of the way, let's get into the video.
Get in the zone. Right.
I've always, ever since I started first listening to SB19, like Josh has always intrigued me.
Everyone has that one thing that makes them feel good about themselves.
I love that. Shout out Pablo.
Like they're in control. Everything else could be going completely haywire.
Ano ba yan, Stel? Ano ba yung ayos mo yan? Talagang style yan?
What do you mean?
Like the world is completely falling apart around you.
Minsan na makita ng tao kung gaano kami naghihirap.
But when you're doing that one thing, life is wonderful.
Is that them just performing in a mall? That's dope.
And that makes everything worth it.
I like the editing. It's good.
몬테로 씨, 검사 결과가 나왔습니다.
임신인가요?
아니요, 임신은 아닙니다.
Then why do I feel weak lately?
Mrs. Montero, you
Is this the same thing? Okay.
are HIV positive.
Addie Hong. She could have easily become a popular celebrity in the Philippines. Back in Korea, she was a well-established theater actress, a vocal, dance, and beauty coach, a one-woman show. But instead, she chose to use her experience to guide and nurture the boys to reach their highest potential, along with Tatang Robin.
I'm getting such beautiful, like positive, uplifting vibes from this girl. She's a beautiful woman, but she also has got that I love life and I want to love life with other people vibe.
She was also one of the
Look
main
at that.
reasons why
She's got a vibe
SB19
about
is
her.
where they are now. She is
Very
popularly
motherly.
known as Miss Hongganda, and we will see her often in this video. Before SB19's debut, they tried to establish an online presence. So on May 16, 2018, they created their Facebook page.
Okay.
This could possibly be the unofficial date they were formed. They started posting song covers like these.
Send me your location, let's focus on communicating, cause I just need the time and place to come through, yeah. I hope he buys you flowers, I hope he holds your hand.
Oh,
And dance covers like these.
Lean with it, down with it, hit them folk now stab with it.
hey.
They became more active in social media while maintaining their regular performances in small events. They did this until it was almost time for their debut.
We have good news for you guys. Kasi after the very, very long wait, finally, yes, finally, we will be releasing our debut single entitled Tia Luha!
October 26, 2018.
Tia Luha.
SB19 finally debuted with their
a good
ballad
song.
single called Tila Luha. But did you know that it wasn't the only song that they had at the time? They also had Love Goes, but they chose to debut with Tila Luha to capture the hearts of the Filipino people because the lyrics are in Tagalog. They then started promoting their debut song in every way they could think of.
So Tia Lu was their debut song.
November
I think somebody
17,
said that in the comments,
2018
yeah.
marked SB19's first ever live stream to promote their debut single.
Magsimula natin ang first SB Talent Camp Facebook Live. Oh. Oh. Ganyan po yun. 3. Let's wait for 10 na lang. 10 viewers.
Despite the very few viewers, they went all out to entertain them.
여러분, 저는 너무 배고파요.
Height is already good. Oh, wait. Sa wakas, dumating na rin ang oras na aking pinakahihintay. Matagal-tagal na rin nagsalay. Sige lang, sige, hano para bang wala pang
Let's go.
Mabigay mo na, machine gun, rata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Machine gun, da, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, among the SB19 is a chic member.
Yo, that was heat.
Yup, they did all that in front of just a little over 10 viewers.
10 viewers.
You can still watch the whole live stream to this day on their official Facebook page. They also perform in schools, malls, nursing homes, and even orphanages, but their debut only received a lukewarm reception. The stream count didn't move as fast as they have hoped for. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. But their grind continued. After the disappointing debut, they started preparing for a comeback.
Today, nandito kami sa recording studio. Nagre-record kami ng kanta namin. Ito mismo yung parang kwento ng SB19.
Yung lyrics mismo ng song namin is about pangarap ng SB19. Parang nagsimula
Oh, go up. Yeah,
Ito
yeah.
po talaga yung kantang gugulat sa lahat.
Yeah.
They
This song, I
collaborated
like
with a
this song. It's
critically
just good.
acclaimed Korean producer,
Yeah, we gonna
Oh
go
Won-lee,
up.
who's behind the
Yeah.
success of TVXQ and Stray Kids. Pablo, with the help of the boys, wrote the song as they began to enter the Go Up era. They started practicing their Go Up dance routine, which was intricately choreographed by Stel and Ken. They were required to practice 30 times daily until they reached 1,000 reps. And
Okay.
boy, they did it. They were even challenged to perform the dance routine at double speed.
Naruto's here. Yo, like, so they sped up the song and they would have to dance to it. Oh man, okay. I know a lot of y'all want me to react to this, so this looks like a lot of fun.
Yep,
Although
that was not even in fast forward.
Pablo looks like he's in very much a lot
Now
of
that
pain.
they have reached the quota, it was time for them to shoot the music video. July 19, 2019. SB19 dropped their Go Up music video. Expectations were higher because this was the song that showcased their singing, dancing, and songwriting skills.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it has also met a lukewarm reception. They then started promoting the song using the methods they know. They even reacted to their own music video.
Josh, yeah. Yeah. It's different. It's different when you're making faces, like, and you can't see yourself, and then when you look at them. This is, yo, this shot right here.
None of their efforts made a
Yo.
significant impact. After
I love that shot
you
of
would
them.
think that it was the biggest setback. But not until August 17, 2019. This was when the Go Up press conference happened. This was supposed to be an effort for them to establish a presence in the media world. They were interviewed by professional journalists, but instead of receiving a warm welcome, most of what they got was straight up disrespect.
Pero kanina pa ako bothered. Ano ba yan, Stel? Ano ba yung ayos mo yan? Talagang style yan o ano? Hindi lang tinawag Stel
Yung style ko po
Excuse me?
kasi po, clear ko po, yung name ko po, Stel. Kasi po galing po siya, yung full name ko po is Stel Bester po. Ako, Stel Bester po. Opo, kasi po yung mama ko po, idol niya po si Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yes, Sylvester Stallone.
Kasi yung name ko po. Tapos po, yung style ko naman po ngayon, actually po, hindi ko po alam eh. Kumbaga, kung ano lang po yung naisip ko, yung suot ko, sige, ganito na alam yung buhok ko, parang ganito po, yun na lang po yung naisip ko. Pero wala po.
So lahat kayo straight?
Opo. Pero, may kulot po. May kulot po. Ako lang. Sakali mo po kulot talaga ako. Wala naman.
I like that. That was a nice, clever little joke there. But
Kasi po, madalas po siya kasi matagal na po kami magkaibigan. Bruce din po kasi siya madalas sa mga babae. So siguro po, baka po akalain nyo medyo weird po yung kasi make up siya ngayon, no? Parang bakla talaga. Ay. Bali po, Sylvester sa umaga.
I love how they're handling this well.
Medyo meron lang po siya ibang parang manners na girly, pero hindi po, wala pong ganun sa isa.
Na-clear na kanina about sa bading issue. Kasi sabi nyo kanina, may mga pa-holding yan sa kaya.
Hello?
You're not bothered by the fact that you sound like a kid. Hindi kayo napapakala dun sa tunog nyo na hindi kayo Pilipino, kundi Korean.
Hindi po kami nababother kasi po, sa totoo lang.
Kasi ako bothered ako. Pero magaling.
Despite all the judgment, they handled the interview professionally.
They did,
As the event concluded, the boys broke down to tears backstage and comforted each other. Perhaps they're just human beings, and the thick skin they develop all throughout those years can only take so much punishment, especially when it went straight to their hearts.
Yeah.
They all broke down. This made them question themselves if they were still doing the right thing. It casted so much doubt that it made them all decide to call it quits. Everyone left, except Stel. He received the most hate, but he was the one left standing. Perhaps he was a good example of someone who has entered the zone. Someone who managed to tap into the altered state of consciousness where time disappears and he becomes so focused that not even judgment could stop him from doing what he loves.
So here's the thing about this, right? So the world, in my experience, whatever you receive, you're gonna receive the opposite of that, right? So the fact that they were at this press conference and everything, that's a big thing, right? It's a good thing that they're doing that. They're gonna receive that on the other side, on the opposite side, right? Stel probably understands this more than anyone because of the things that he's criticized about, right? There is a very positive side to what Stel's doing, right? So he's able to receive this criticism, but on the other side of that, it's victory, right? If you're able to go through that, you're gonna get the rewards. And Stel.
But he knew for a fact that he can never do it alone. And there he was, alone.
Okay.
But only for a moment.
There
Josh
he
had
is.
a
Let's go, boy.
realization to not give up because people have not seen everything yet. This prompted the other members to return and witness their lives change in just one fateful day when their Go Up dance practice
Josh
got
was
uploaded
was
on
there
YouTube on September
to
2,
bring it in, man.
2019.
Yeah.
It quickly went viral, which opened a lot of doors for SB19 to have TV guestings and live performances.
He's the bridge.
May group hug? Okay. Sige. Oo, dyan lang kayo.
Ang galing namin!
Introduce yourself.
Get in the zone, break! Hi, we are SB19!
My name is Mike Spice Kita. I am the wittiest in ABS-CBN.
As the world started to notice them, their YouTube channel grew exponentially. Their dance practice video reached 1 million views in just a week, then 2 million a month later. Wait a minute, who's Arum? November 2, 2019.
So for the final announcement of the fandom name, 3, 2, 1.
That's it. That's what I that's how I said it at first.
18. What's mean?
Una-una sa lahat, pag pinakinggan mo siya, 18 siya, di ba? 18. So kasi kami, SB19, 18, 19.
So if there's no 18, then also there's no SB19.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah. Without the fans, there isn't. Yeah. It's clever.
18, 19.
Yeah.
Pag walang 18, hindi makakarating sa 19.
Another means.
Another meaning. So if you're going to read this 18, it could also be read as atin. So all the
Ours.
success, all the lahat ng natatamo natin ngayon, atin to.
It's ours.
Everything
It's all
is
of
ours.
us.
Hindi lang
Yeah.
sa amin, kundi sa inyo rin.
Yeah.
Atin. Everyone. Atin.
Clever.
Kumbaga, represent Filipino represent. Kumbaga, yung dreams natin, pangarap, problems, everything.
Notice Josh's body language right there. What he just said with his body when he said 18 or ours.
Natatamo natin ngayon, atin to,
Right.
ours. Everything is ours. Hindi lang sa amin, kundi
Ours,
sa
and
inyo
then
rin. Atin. Everyone. Atin. Kumbaga,
Where is it?
represent Filipino represent. Kumbaga,
Right here.
yung
Yeah.
dreams natin,
Right there.
pangarap, problems, everything.
Full circle.
We will share together. Atin yan. Lalaban tayo. Kaya natin yan lahat. Lastly, gusto talaga namin i-special mention yung oral sa lahat-lahat. Kasi sa totoo lang, talagang sila yung unang sumuporta sa amin nung hindi pa nila, wala pang nakakilala sa amin sa grupo namin. Kaya thankful kami. Kaya nakahiwalay yan, A, ibig sabihin yan, oral.
Okay. Yo, this guy.
Sana po masaya po kayo sa lahat sa fandom name na nagawa po ng grupo namin. And katulad nga po, 18, atin, sama-sama tayong aangat. We will go up.
Yes,
And
you
that,
will.
ladies and gentlemen, is when 18 was born. So what does it mean to be in the zone? Was it really only Stell that entered it? If you think about it, even before...
You know, it's crazy though, before we get into this, right? They're talking about what does it mean to be in the zone? Was it only Stell that entered it? It's crazy because one of my first reactions, it wasn't my first one, but it was like either my second or third one. I said, you know, dude in the middle is in the zone. And I was talking about Stell. No, I never knew about like the zone when it correlates to SB19 and their studio name and everything. But it's crazy that the first person that I said who's in the zone is Stell without knowing anything. And it was during Bazinga on the Wish bus that I noticed Stell in the zone. This is crazy.
Before the other members decided to quit, they were already done with the dance practice. That alone made the press conference irrelevant. It didn't even matter that it happened. It turned out that actually all of them have always been in the zone. Being in the zone is what allowed them to defy all the odds. It was the zone that allowed a 5-foot man in the NBA. It was the zone that allowed a man living in the streets to rise up and become a billionaire. It was the zone that took an idea from someone's head to the moon. It was the zone that won wars, and lack of it had lost. It is the zone that separates their ideas and dreams from a materialistic reality. Manny, Efren, Catriona, SB19. What do they have in common?
Stay in the zone. Hey. Yeah. Okay. All right. I see what you guys are saying. I'm liking this. This is good. Let's move on to the next one. Wait. This one, yeah. Drop a like on this.
Would you believe me if I said that SB19 would be successful if I met them 3 years ago? You'd probably think I'm cheating because I'm talking from the present, and your past self would never believe me because I might have only seen them as a trying hard boy group who had to wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again because they couldn't afford a nice variety. But what if despite all this, they already knew what's gonna happen?
Itong mga to, sigurado ako in the future, magiging successful kami.
They knew their destiny. Pablo's username reads, I'm Seasmite. A random fan asked, why? He answered, it also means seismic, like Earth's vibrations. It's something big and important, so when I seize the mic, I create this impact, like an earthquake. And when an earthquake happens, you know what's next after that? Are you sure you don't know? Do you actually want me to spell it out to you?
Please. Bazinga.
Okay, let me show you.
The seismic wave. This is good.
Yeah, that's Pablo. If you're new here, you're probably wondering how he ended up there. This is called Triple.
Get in the zone. Break.
Finally, they were starting to go up. They were very young. This was the time when they were still trying to figure out their musical identity. Enter the Get in the Zone album. Just check out the level of variety.
Hold up. I haven't heard that one yet. What was it? Where'd it go?
This was the time when they were still trying to figure out their musical identity. Enter the Get in the Zone album. Just check out the level of variety.
Okay. I've got requests to do a lab dance practice. Okay. Oh, this song is. Oh yes. I love this song. Oh yeah, this one too. I haven't heard this one. Haven't heard this one.
It was definitely a mix of everything. The bashers immediately saw this as a weakness. They were seen as a group who didn't know what they were doing. Despite all the hate, 18 didn't get affected as they started to get to know the boys on a deeper level. We got to know their fun side.
Si Ken naman po, nung na-meet ko to dati sa cover group, parang sabi ko, feeling ko mayabang to, parang ganun po, mayabang to. Oh, tumbling-tumbling ka pa dyan. Tumbling-tumbling pa to.
Uy, judgmental sister.
Parang lagi siyang may sariling mundo, hindi po siya belong sa amin.
Tinanong siya ng teacher namin, sa tingin mo sino pinakamagaling sumayaw? Ako! Sabi niya po.
Me, ako po, sinabi ko po talaga.
Ay, kung confident ka naman, bakit
Yes
hindi,
po,
di ba?
ang galing ko po talaga.
Si Justin po, una ko nakita to. Oh, pogi. Siguro mayabang to.
Si Justin naman po, nung una ko po siyang nakita, sabi ko, typical guy. Parang gano'n.
Sorry, si Justin po, parang pure, parang innocent. Pero nung
He does.
nalaman ko, hindi po pala.
Oh my gosh!
Si Stal, sobrang friendly po. Siya po yung happy pill namin.
He's our happy
Hindi ko
pill,
alam
okay.
na siya pala yung main vocal po kasi akala ko magaling na talaga siya sumayaw. First impression ko po kay Josh, mabait po siya na mayabang po na.
Mix of that, yeah.
Tinatry niya lang maging maangas, pero deep inside, hindi talaga.
Softy pala, softy!
Yeah.
Si Jun, akala ko po hindi siya yung leader.
Nung una, ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa, parang bigla na lang siya
It's
nagagano.
so weird.
Sa isang tabi po, nakatayo siya sa gilid. Tapos may training kami, tapos biglang gagano. Tapos biglang gagano. Gagano po siya sa gilid. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? May ritual ba to sa gilid?
We also got to know.
Yeah, the girl's cracking up too over here on the left.
Tapos biglang gagano siya. Gagano po siya sa gilid. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? Nagre-ritual ba to sa
Some
gilid?
sort of
We also got to
ritual.
know their internal battles.
To all of our families,
Bro.
to especially to our parents, and sa mama ko, sa kapatid ko.
Mom and sis, yeah.
Thank you kasi lagi niyo po sinusuporta. Kahit sobrang hindi ko sa buhay, na hindi ako sigurado kung ano yung pinapasok ko. Pero nandiyan lang yung para sa akin. Thank you. Gusto ko mag-thank you sa apat na to. Gusto ko pasalamat sa apat na to kasi dito namin iniwan. So, may nangyari na dati na hindi ka lang magkahiwalay ng grupo pero bumalik sila kasi hindi nila ako iniwan. Yes! Parang naisip namin na mas maganda ituloy namin yung dreams namin. Gusto ko mag-thank you sa bawat members kasi sila yung pinaka-unang hindi sila yung lagi naniniwala sa akin pag hindi ko na kaya sila yung nagtulong sa akin na ako kasi suko yan si Sergio, si Justin, si Ken, si Josh, lahat my showbiz team. I love you so much. Since na napasalamatan na po nila lahat, gusto ko rin po pasalamat si Sir Robin for building this.
This guy's such a comedian.
Hindi kami mabibuild. Walang showbiz, walang show na to, wala kayo dito. Parang, it's because of Sir Robin.
And just like that, SB19 got us into their zone. So back to the album.
You know, and it's things like this that connect us, right? It's when we're, you know, one thing I've learned through life is the power of being vulnerable, right? Like these guys up here, you know, these guys, they're being vulnerable. They're sharing your feelings. And as men, a lot of times that can sharing your feelings like this and crying in front of people can be it can be shown as weakness, but in reality, the thing about it is if you're able to have the courage to do that, it shows incredible courage and strength. Good job, guys. You guys are incredibly strong, and what it's doing is it's connecting us more because all of us go through the same feelings. We all have those things that when we start talking, it breaks us down. I do it, and I know a lot of us out here, the whole world does it. So, guys, keep it going.
As unique as each of the songs was, all 7 of them managed to reach the #1 spot of Billboard's Lyric Fine Global chart.
All of
it's
them,
still
wow.
insane thinking about it today.
Every single
they
song?
weren't done. They also appeared in Billboard's top Social 50, peaking at #3. Or so they thought.
And aside from that, eto nagbabasa rin ako ng mga comments naman sa ating comment section. Kasi di ba yung last na pinost niyo is #3 kayo sa Billboard Social 50. Pero ngayon, #2 na kayo, guys!
#2.
At Billboard Social
Pablo!
50, may mga nagko-comment dito. And
What?
#6 na kayo. #7, di ba, nung last niyong pinost. #6 na, Virgin Artist. Congratulations! Oh, di ba?
They couldn't believe it. Stel ended up forgetting that he was in a live interview because he had to check it himself.
He's like,
it's real.
Yeah.
September 1st, 2020, a well-known artist canceled an Instagram live interview with MTV scheduled for the next day. So MTV host Kevin Kinney invited SB19 on a short notice to fill in. An opportunity knocked, they answered.
Would you like to collaborate?
Oh my god. Who wants to go first?
For me, I like to collaborate with Mr. Bruno Mars.
2
Bruno
weeks later,
Mars.
Kevin made a bold prediction.
We ask a lot of people for interviews. A lot of people that you want us to interview, we take it very seriously and we reach out. Some people, you'd be amazed, don't have the time of day, can't find the time, can't do it. Oh, you know, that's tough. Okay, no harm, no foul. Then there's the people that are like, name the time, name
We're
the
there.
place, we're there.
We'll make the time.
SB19 did that at 9 p.m. They'd never done an Instagram Live before. They didn't know if they could be together. They made it a point to not only be together at 9 p.m. because they knew that was the only time.
Yeah, they're locked in.
Host.
They
that
knew
type of work ethic
they're going up.
is going to take them very far in the music
Yeah.
industry. I'm also very good at predicting music, okay? Right? I'm like the MTV push of hosts. The same way that MTV knows how to pick winners, I know how to pick winners. I said on this very after show, SB19 are going to be big stars. I said it on my IG Live. I've said it to you in private, Caitlin. I've said it to Banjo. You know, he didn't say anything back. SB19 are going to be big stars. They have it. Charismatic. They're hardworking. Today's date is September 18th, 2020, when I'm saying this, okay? I want somebody to post this on September 18th, 2021, and you can see how right I am because of how much
You were right.
larger and more well-known SB19 will be a year from this date right here.
And when 2021 started, he reminded people about what's to come.
4 years into my career, I've seen some people come and go, and I've seen some journeys, and you can spot things, right? You can notice trends, you can notice similarities. SB19 right now, and the lock that 18 has on the voting week in and week out, and seeing them rise up the Social 50 chart over at Billboard, it's very akin, it's very similar to what was going on with BTS 2017, 2018. Now, I hope SB19 can reach those heights. I'm rooting for them. Those guys are awesome guys and hard-working guys. I've interviewed them after like incredibly 10-hour plus work days of rehearsal and choreography practice, and they still put a smile on their face, and they're incredibly hardworking. I think that's really aside from the music being good, it's the work ethic.
Yeah, and see, he's bringing up a good point. It's like the groups that I cover on the channel, and you know, this is something that he notices. This guy's also in the zone, right? Like he's tapped in. He understands that it's the work ethic. It's what you put in, right, is what you're gonna receive. And he knows that SB19, the amount that they're putting in, these other groups, are probably not putting in what they were putting in at the time, right? Like there's only work ethic is hard to teach people because you have to be willing to go through struggle, pain, and come out, like you said, and have a smile, man.
That's going to take them to the top.
Yeah.
So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year. So take that for what it's worth, 18.
Yeah, let's go.
Then what happened?
What?
Kevin's prediction came true.
18 SB19. Congratulations.
This song was on the next level. It showcased Pablo's songwriting skills, Ken's dance moves and unique sound,
Take that trash with me. Yeah, boy.
Still's heavenly voice and choreography,
Yeah.
the most iconic rap verse in all of P-pop by Josh, and Justin's brilliant mind, which created a spectacle no one has ever seen in the country.
Yeah, it was a beautiful music video.
It became the fastest P-pop music video to reach 1 million views in just 16 hours.
Wow, that's crazy.
SB19 sent shockwaves that reminded people of what they are capable of.
Meron na akong natanaw na ko ang ilang music video nga what na-encourage ko.
Inspiration across the
The world got
world.
inspired, so it responded with a giant wave of appreciation.
Gusto ko rin ipagmalaki yung SB19 talaga.
SB19.
Yung last video nila, yung what?
Uy, maganda yun.
Ang ganda ng video, di ba?
Ang gagaling, grabe.
They're so good.
Grabe. I think doon mo rin naman makikita na hindi mo pwedeng pulaan ng isang tao na
Prepared. Work
hanggang
hard.
sa makakita
Yeah.
siya ng opportunity para gamitin yung preparation na yun. Walang pinagkaiba yan kay Manny Pacquiao na nag-train,
Yeah.
na nag-train sobrang galing pagpasok
It's the
niya
same
ng
thing.
ring,
They're training. They're
kalaban.
constantly.
Walang difference yan.
Lalo ko na-appreciate ang isang artist na alam kong pwedeng magyabang pero hindi nagyayabang.
This was also the time
and I love what this guy just said right here, right? Like, I love when artists who have the right to boast but never boast, right? Like, and you can hear that through their music, and like they're never boasting. They're inspiring the world. They're sharing their experiences, and they want not only themselves and the people around them, they want everybody to go up. Man, good words right here.
Magyabang pero
Love
hindi
that.
nagyayabang.
This was also the time when I found them. Their music made a difference in my life.
Hey,
it gave
yeah,
people happiness.
Let's go.
Their music inspired us to become a better version of ourselves despite our imperfections.
Yeah.
SB19 taught us not to only raise our own flag, but to wave it proudly. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Pinuno, but you gotta hang in there till the next episode, okay?
Bullshit.
Oh man. Okay. Chuck, you got something here. I'm liking this. I'm feeling good, and I want to keep going, right? Like, this is good. This is good. I love seeing this, and I want to thank everybody that's been blowing me up in the comments to watch this. I can't wait to get into some more of this, and love seeing the journey. Now we're getting to know them better. It's getting more intimate. We're hitting um, those heartstrings and where they come from and what struggles they've been through. So this is good. But if you guys like this video, go and drop a like. Comment down below. Love reading y'all's comments. I can't wait to see what y'all have for me. Subscribers, you're the best. Patreon members, without you, this is not possible. If you want to support me directly, Patreon is the best way to do it. Become a member, and you do get access to fan request community chat. That gets priority of what I react to. So think about joining Patreon. But until the next one, keep fighting. I love y'all. Peace.